I microdosed lithium for 2 weeks and I'm going to share with you my experience. No, I'm not talking about licking batteries.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Subscribe and hit the bell button.
Huh?
I'm talking about lithium supplements that are often used to improve mood and brain health. Lithium supplements have become quite popular online, which is why I dug up the old research and decided to try it again. I took 5 milligrams of lithium orotate every day, and my general experience was that my mood was slightly more elevated. Then I stopped taking lithium to see if I revert back to baseline. Now, I don't have any bipolar disorder, mania, or depression or anything like that, so I wouldn't be experiencing a massive difference anyway. But those 5 milligrams a day were noticeable. I would say my mood was maybe 5% better, and I think my concentration on work was also about 5% better. Of course, this isn't a double-blind, placebo-controlled, randomized controlled trial, it's just my own subjective experience that has the risk of placebo. However, there is actual clinical research showing that lithium does improve mood and prevent mood episodes prophylactically. Most of that research is done on people with bipolar disorder, because lithium has historically been used to treat bipolar disorder. In fact, lithium is the gold standard for treating bipolar disorder and mania. Lithium supplementation in youth and adults is seen to be associated with decreased suicidality, less depression, and better psychosocial functioning. However, the doses used to treat bipolar disorder and mania are much greater than my 5 milligram dose. The typical dose for adults is around 1800 milligrams per day divided into 3 doses. So my 5 milligram dose is 360 times smaller. Most other people who microdose lithium for the mood and mental health benefits take only around 1 milligram. I took 5 milligrams because I wanted to make sure that I would see some effect. The interesting thing about lithium is that higher amounts of naturally occurring lithium in drinking water has been seen to be associated with longevity and lower suicide rates across the entire globe. In Lithuania, Texas, USA, Japan, Denmark, and other European countries. A 1990 study in Texas found that the incidence of suicides, homicide, rape, and other crimes were significantly higher in counties where the drinking water had little to no lithium, even after controlling for population density. A 2009 study in Japan found the same thing. Areas with low amounts of lithium in the drinking water had higher rates of crime. There was an inverse association between lithium levels and crime rates. These are observational studies, and the association between low amounts of lithium in the water and higher amounts of crime might be caused by some other variables. But we do have clinical evidence showing that lithium supplementation reduces suicidality, improves mood, reduces depression, and has other mood stabilizing and mental health benefits. So there might be some actual mechanistic explanation why that happens. Besides this, lithium might also have neuroprotective and neurotrophic effects, which reduces the risk of neurodegeneration and cognitive decline. A 2015 meta-analysis of randomized controlled trials found that lithium treatment could reduce cognitive decline and be beneficial in people with mild cognitive impairment and Alzheimer's dementia. Older adults with amnestic mild cognitive impairment who had been treated with lithium have been seen to have better long-term cognitive outcomes compared to controls, even 11 to 15 years after the fact. So it does appear that lithium has beneficial effects on the brain and mental health. People with already existing cognitive impairment could also see improvements in their cognition by taking lithium. When I was taking the lithium, I didn't notice any cognitive superpowers or nootropic effects, but if I were to pinpoint any differences, then I would say I was a bit less distractible and I was able to stay focused for a lot longer time. It wasn't a massive effect, maybe 5% difference. One word of caution is that lithium therapy could increase the risk of kidney disease or kidney failure. However, that depends on your starting kidney health and age. People younger than 55 have a negligible 10-year risk, whereas those aged 75 or older have a higher risk. Lithium therapy for longer than 20 years is a significant risk factor. There is also a massive difference with doses, but the harmful effects on the kidneys come again from very large doses, 300 milligrams up to 1800 milligrams a day. That's over 300 times more than what most people would take for their general mental health. But still, you should monitor your kidney health if you have problems with that. And maybe it's not a good idea to take large amounts of lithium for prolonged periods of time. My overall impression with lithium was quite positive. I did notice some improvements in my mood and cognition, but it was only like 5%. I'm not going to be taking lithium all the time because I don't think I need it, but I will add it to my stack whenever I need to support my mood or cognition. There are 15 supplements that have been shown to have a lot more clinical evidence in humans, which I cover in this video. Check it out for supplements that a lot more people should take.